All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts about should you really care what people think about you or should you just absolutely ignore it? I mean, think about it. You live in a society, you have a family, you have friends, you have relatives. So should you give importance to what they say, or should you be like a rebel, like something like me, like, oh, I don't give a damn what you think, I'm going to tattoo my face, I'm going to be a rebel, I will be with 100 girls, I will do whatever stuff that I want, I'll be controversial, I'll say whatever I want online, uh, embarrass myself, I don't care what you think. Okay, so which is the right path, which is the wrong path, and is there a balance between both, is what I will address in this video. And please feel free to give me your thoughts and comments, because I would really like to know your input. It's very easy for me to speak because and give my opinion because I stay away from my family, I stay away from my relatives, from society. So obviously I can get away with a lot of things, but majority of you cannot. Okay, because you live within society, your church, your mosque, your temple, your family, your relatives, your friends. You work in an office. Okay, so let me start by giving you just the key fundamentals. For me, okay, not for anyone else. For me, right from childhood, it was very hard to make friends. It was very hard to be popular. It was very hard to be likable. Okay, I maybe because not maybe because of my ADHD, because of my horrible, absolutely incorrigible upbringing or lack thereof. I always wanted attention. I always wanted to people to look at me like, look at me, me. Anywhere I would go, I would be like, I wanted to be the spotlight. If I would meet a couple of guys, hey guys, and I would give them all my opinions, all my thoughts. If I was in a party, I would want to, hog the center spotlight. I would never be a good listener. I'd always want to talk. I'd always want to debate. I'd always want to give my point of view. And even if you were talking to me, I was not paying attention to what you're saying. Rather, I was waiting for my turn to talk so that I could give my point of view. Like, even if I would ask you a question, still, I wanted to speak. So, not a very likable personality. And on top of that, I had this tendency where I wanted to prove I was right. I wanted to show I was smart. I wanted to people to realize that this guy is special. This guy is great. So, because of this behavior and attitude, and given the fact that I was locked up in the house, even though I had a half brother, um, I hardly interacted with him. I was locked up in the house. There was no TV, there was no radio, there was no telephone. I could not speak to anyone. I was not allowed to go out to play. So every opportunity was like, now I need to explode. Okay, so all the frustrations would go out with every opportunity. Just imagine. It's like 24 hours, 23 hours of frustration exploding within 5 minutes. So it was too much for people. They're like, oh, stop it. So I was never liked in school. I was never liked in the church. Relatives were like, how much is he talking? Why doesn't he just shut his mouth? But I was shameless. The more people would tell me to shut up, the more I would talk. Then school, nobody liked me. We used to hardly go out, and whenever we used to go out, I wanted to talk, and that's why maybe I has to take the microphone to talk. I would want to, pass commentary. I would want, bingo. They have that lotto game. I would want to speak there, and I guess that led me to take part in public speaking competitions because now you got a whole host of people. They have to listen to you talk, and that led me to be an MC, master of ceremonies, anchor for shows, announcer. But sadly, even though I would get all the attention, and yes, the girls, and I would be the life of the party by being the amateur DJ. I Even though I got all this, I was never liked. Nobody liked me. Okay, girls, if they wanted a rebel, they wanted this guy who was on the stage and all. Okay, they would have a good time with me, and I would have a good time with them secretly. But I was never invited to people's houses. I was never called for parties. I was never invited by friends. Nobody liked me. Okay. And I knew that. I I absolutely knew that. So my parents never had a good opinion about me. In fact, they let me know that I was a mistake. My relatives were very indifferent. They didn't care a damn. They're like, oh, pagal hai," means like he's gone mad. My school friends, they're like, oh shit, Lois come and you know how they make you feel like shit. They would kind of indirectly bully me. They're like, oh my god, Lois come, and they would run away, and it sounds funny, but it would make me feel hurt because nobody was there. In the corporate world, they were like, oh my god, why doesn't this guy shut his mouth? They would all go like this anytime I would talk. So there also you'd feel, but then you would get used to it. Um, so everywhere with everyone, it was like this. In fact, um, I think that is the main reason why I chose to take charge of events where I would be the main guy. Everyone had to listen to me. I took charge as master of ceremonies. It's called MC, anchor for shows, announcer, like a project manager, like an event manager. Okay, so everyone had to listen to me. But as yes, it did hone my leadership skills. It did hone the fact that I was taking charge, but I was never liked. I was never welcomed. I was never popular. Okay. And I'll tell you the worst part was when people that I knew or people who are close to me or people who I valued, they would tell me statements like, I'm just ashamed of being with you. It's an insult to hang around with you. I'm doing you a favor. Like when they would get angry, I'm doing you a favor by hanging around with these. So many people told me not to hang around with you. You're just a piece of shit. Okay. It would hurt because, here is someone that you love or like deeply, and they are telling you as if they're doing you a favor. And then obviously the rejections in my girlfriends or the people I wanted to get married. Loy, how can I introduce you to my family? Loy, how can I marry you? If we have a child tomorrow, how can I tell anyone that you're the father of my child? It's such an insult. So those were the times it really hurt me. Now, let me give you a news flash. I'm still not likable. Okay. Now you might listen to my content and say that, oh, how is it possible? You're famous, you're popular. As a coach, as a mentor, as a trainer, because I'm good at what I do, people tolerate me. I offer value. That's why they keep quiet and they tolerate. If I didn't have this, if I didn't have value, if I didn't have logic, if I didn't have wisdom, if I didn't have, personal branding expertise, I don't think I would be very much like, and this is my reality. Even today, let me tell you this. My so-called schoolmates, I don't know, they get along well with each other, but they cannot tolerate me, and I cannot stand them. I really cannot stand them. It's like, for example, a group of 100 people with me being 100, I would 99, for example, I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm special. I would really not want to be with them, hang around with them, mingle with them, either because, for lack of a better term, I find them stupid. I find them a waste of time. I don't like what they think. I don't think the way they think. Or I'm sure they would say even worse things. They would say, "Who the hell wants to be with this piece of shit loser who tattooed himself?" And they are very right. We just don't like each other. So I've given you schoolmates. My relatives, I cannot stand any of my relatives. Very handful. There is just one, two, three I can count. The rest I don't want. I don't care if they live or they die. I'm not saying out of hate or spite. It's a fact. Here's a funny thing. People from around the world, they pay me money for my advice. I have recurring clients who are multimillionaires or whatever, but not one single person in my family, not one single. Even if he is working as a watchman or a cleaner, he would not take my advice even if I give it to him for free. So there's a perfect disconnect. So, and even now at this age, um, if I were to, see a group of, let's say, Americans, British, or Indians, and they are talking any nationality, I can feel it that they would not like my company. I know for a fact. Sooner or later, they will be like, oh, yuck, I don't want to hang around with this guy. This guy's opinions are totally different, or his behavior is unacceptable, or is too forceful. Even when I was studying Thai in some of these classes in a room of 30 people, I was crazy. That I'll tell you. I was just crazy. Nobody liked me. So I had to accept this at some point of my life. In fact, one of the previous videos I mentioned, uh, I just realized that I was, and I'm meant to be an asshole. I'm not meant to be a hero. I'm not meant to be nice. I'm not meant to be likable. And I guess the choices that I made in life, not to work in the corporate world, not to work in a team, not to hang around with religious people or whatever, is because I'm not likable. Even today, if I see my WhatsApp groups, or if I see, um, you know, my followers, there are, I know for a fact, this is a fact, I know more than 80 to 90%, they might not like me, they can't tolerate me. Okay. But now, what is the point that I'm trying to make here? What is it that I'm trying to tell you? See, even with all the hatred, even with all the spite, even with all the bad comments or bad opinions that they have about me, and by the way, I'm not trying to justify, I'm not trying to say, oh, they are not good. No, they are good people. I'm bad. Let's take it that way. End of the day, do they pay for my bills, water, electricity, rent, uh, my day-to-day earnings, my food? Do they pay money? No. Do they help me get customers? No. Do they contribute to my savings? No. Will they help me in my time of need? I doubt. So then, why should their opinions matter? You understand my logic, what I'm trying to tell you? Like, I put this poll in my community tab. I want you to check it out. If I were to check it out right now, the post in my community tab, I put a question stating, how many of you think I bullshit or I'm bluffing and all that? Because I shared the incident of me talking with the sheikhs, of some of the sheikhs royal members of the UAE family. 26% said I am 100% bluff master. I put those options. 26% said he is 100% bullshitter. 17% said he's 50-50. Then 40% said, uh, you know, Lloyd tells you what you need to know, take it or leave it. And 17% said, with 20 years of him being online, 8,500 videos, 10,000 articles, I trust him 100%. Now, whether I've told you this time and again, whether you tell me I'm a good guy, whether you tell me I'm a bad guy, whether you say I'm a saint or you say I'm a sinner, whether you say I'm like God or you say I am the Antichrist, what matters to me in the end? Seriously, what matters to me? To me, I have expenses to pay: water, electricity, food, clothing, shelter, expenses for my daughter, expenses for my wife, savings, earnings, customer, bank balance, money. In other words, money. So, you, Even if you like me and you love me and you praise me and you talk all the great things about me, but you give me zero money, tell me, does it matter? Let's say my mother and father love me, but they can't give me a single penny. Rather, I have to take care of them. Is it worth it? My uncle, aunt, cousin, sister, all of them, let's say 100 family members, they love me, they admire me, but they don't give me one penny. Is it worth it for me at this age of my life, this stage? Let's say all my school friends say, Law is number one. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. None of these guys, the schoolmates, anyway, they are very intelligent, they're very successful, they're very smart, they don't need my services. Okay. Some of them are earning maybe 10 times more than me, you know, like 40 times more than me. They'll never need my service. So, does their opinion matter? Oh, Law is a fucking loser, man. Yuck, I wouldn't want to hang around with him. Does it matter? Or if they say Law is God sent, he is the greatest gift to mankind, but they give me zero money. See, this I'm not making this video to justify uh, me being an asshole or me being a bad guy. But the point I'm trying to make here is my requirements. What matters to me today is money. What matters to me is my health. What matters to me is my family. And no amount of sweet words, appreciation, you know, being accepted by others, it doesn't do me any benefit here. I must earn money. See, I don't know about you. I don't know if you're popular. I don't know if you're famous. I don't know if you're liked. But if you don't have money, you don't have a career, you don't have, then, like in my WhatsApp group, I know there are a lot of people who hate me. Lots of people. There are people who hate me, who can't stand me, who want to see my downfall. Yet they will follow me. Yet they'll be part of my groups. It's normal. It happens in the corporate world. It happens in your family circle. It happens everywhere. It's the same 80-20 principle. 80% will just want your downfall. But what matters to me, these are freeloaders. All of them who are there are freeloaders. They'll never maybe pay me a single penny. The 20% or maybe even 1%, maybe they will pay me. That is what matters. So tell me, if you are in my shoes, what do you want? You want people to love you, hug you, appreciate you, pray for you, everything except, give you money, except be of benefit to you. Is that any use? And if you are running your own business or you have your own brand, you're not guaranteed a salary every month and you have a family to feed, where would your priorities be? Appreciation and sweet talk from others? Even if you're an employee and you get a salary per month, let's say the salary stops, they don't pay you your salary. Or let's say the salary is stagnated, inflation grows, purchasing power is decreased. What are you going to worry about? How many people praise you, talk good about you, compliment you, say you're great, say you're fantastic? What do you on this? I've told you, like before, I get a lot of compliments. I get a lot of so-called fans, followers, friends, admirers online. Law, you're amazing. Law, your wisdom is great. Law, your logic is amazing. Law, I love to listen to you. Law, I listen to you and then only then I go to sleep. I binge watch your videos. All that feels nice. Thank you very much. Honestly, from my heart, sincerely, I appreciate. Those are kind words. People say, oh, Law, you're being judged. You're a good heart. Oh, okay. But those words, do they feed me? Do they feed my daughter? Do they feed my wife? Do they provide for their future? It's like whether you say good or you say, hey, Law is a son of a bitch. His wife looks like an ugly horse. His daughter, I pity her. His life should get destroyed. This guy's a fraudster. He's a scammer. He's a this. He's a that. You give me bad words or you give me good words. When I log into my phone and check my bank balance, oh, he called me a son of a bitch. Bank balance is the same. Call me a bastard. Bank balance is the same. Loy is like Jesus Christ. He is a savior. Bank balance is the same. Then what will I do with all these words? That's why I say, no. Actions speak louder than words. When people ask me, Loy, I'm a big fan of yours. What do you want, man? What do you want, bro? What do you want, bro? Just send me the money here. Simple. Just send me the money. Hey, Loy, we'll go to eat food. No, I don't want to eat food. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. I can afford it. I don't need your cup of coffee. What do you want, bro? I'll do anything for you. You just send the money. Even when some of the girls come here and they say, oh, want to spend time alone. For what? Sex and this. No, just send me the money. Don't need all this shit. I know you'll be like, Law, you're such a cynical, negative minded. My dear, you lose your job. Your bank balance is empty. You're nothing and nobody. You don't have any job offers. And when you're hungry, when you're thirsty, when you don't have a place to stay, then you let me know what is important. Friendship, love, faith, God, parents, love of your life, romance. What is important? I'm not trying to tell you become like me. If you're in the corporate world, yes, you'd need approval from your boss. You'd need your support of your colleagues. If you're a family person, you need to be accepted by your family members. You can't treat them like shit. You have to be understanding, sacrificing. If you're a member of the church, mosque, or temple, you have to accommodate. However, if you feel suffocated and you feel this is not meant for you, it's not happening, whether it's your in-laws or whatever, then create your own brand, create your own legacy, create your own space and be there. For me, I told my wife, openly I told my wife, many females were ashamed to introduce me to their family. They were ashamed to have a child with me. They were even concerned, oh, tomorrow if I have a child, how can I introduce you as the father? They told me, how can I introduce you as the father to my child? My wife said, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I said, what if people make fun of you? Oh, you're with a tattoo guy. I don't give a damn, my wife said. They were not there for me before. Why should I care about them now? My wife doesn't give two hoots. People, there are some trolls and all that. They say, yuck, you're with this ugly looking guy. I pity you, I pity your wife. Well, who's paying her the money? Me, no? Nobody else. She doesn't care a damn. All I'll tell you through this video is not to justify becoming a rebel or becoming a bad person. See what is important to you. Ask yourself what is truly important to you. People's opinions, people's appreciation, people's acceptance, or have you come down to that point in your life where money talks? I don't know about you, but for me, money talks, money pays my bills, and I'm focused about money. Rest, everything else is bullshit. That's all I can tell you. And because I earn good money, and because I'm able to make money doing what I love, I'm enjoying my life. As I'll tell you, being with these relatives and these religious people and the so-called friends who are there today, gone tomorrow, I think I would go mad. I've seen enough in one lifetime to know that all these friends, family, relatives, society, everyone, they'll only be there with you during good times. When you have a job, when you have a salary, when you have money, when you have power, when you're useful to them. The day you're not, it's like bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. Tell me if you think what I'm saying is right or wrong. I really would like to know your opinion. You guys take care. It's me signing off.